Hey guys, what's going on? Dan Meyer here. Today I just wanted to shoot this real quick video because I wanted to talk to you guys about probably the best bait for catching fall crappies. Now this last week I've been able to get out quite a bit to catch or to fish for crappies. I had some people coming into town that I was going to take out crappie fishing this weekend, so last week I snuck out a few times to do some scouting, just to try to catch some fish, so I knew where I could take these guys this weekend, or this last weekend, and all week I kind of had some mixed results. It was okay. I fished some new lakes, I was looking for some new spots, and you know, that can kind of be tough. So I kind of had mixed results. By the time we got to the weekend, I decided I was going to go to some spots I had fished in previous years. I hadn't fished it yet this year, and we did really good. We just really pounded them. But because earlier in the week I had the mixed results, I decided I didn't want to fool around. You know, I needed to put these guys on fish, so I went to the most tried and true bait. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today, because there's, you know, if you watch different, you know, fishing shows, everybody has got a different bait. They're telling you, you know, you got to try this, you got to try lipless cranks, you know, you got to try, you know, jigging wrap, you got to try this plastic or that plastic, and they all make these baits sound like the best. But you know, what's the best bait? And that's kind of what I'm going to talk to you right about, you know, right now. Just the most tried and true bait, day in and day out. When fishing's tough, this is what you drop back to. And I have them in this bucket right here, and so everyone can guess it. When the going gets tough, you got to use some minnows. And the perfect size minnow for this time right now is that minnow right there. That's a in the fall, early fall and mid fall, I like to use fathead minnows. Just regular fatheads. A lot of times it seems like they run a little small. They're like a big crappie minnow, but I like to use fatheads, a little bit bigger bait. As the water gets real cold, then I'll go to smaller crappie minnows. But minnows are just really hard to beat this time of year. Now, there are days where certain plastics, you know, you could outfish minnows. A lot of times it's because of the action you're putting on the bait and not the bait itself, but there are times where plastics are going to do better. But if you don't have a lot of confidence in any certain plastic, or you know, any type of hard bait, your best bet is to go with minnows. Now, if you've got a spot where you know the crappies are, you've been catching them there, you want to go out and catch, you know, challenge yourself to use plastic, you can. Or, you know, if you know where the crappies are at, you know, you can probably go in there and get them with some plastics. But if you're struggling, if you know, if you're not quite exactly sure where the crappies are at, you're trying to find them, your best bet is to go with minnows, especially if you don't have a lot of confidence in using plastic. You know, if you fish a spot and you're using plastics, or you know, a rip and wrap or a jigging wrap, and you don't catch any fish, you can't really conclude that they either weren't there or weren't biting. If you've tried those baits and you've tried minnows, you still don't get anything, then you can say, you know, you can say they, if you were marking them, you can say they weren't biting, or you know, or they just weren't there. But day in and day out, it's hard to beat the minnow. So if you're wondering the best bait to go out and use, you know, if you just want to go out, you're going to do some meat hunting, you want to catch some crappies for a fish fry, you don't want the challenge of catching them on plastic, or you know, you have no other motive, your best bait, or your best bait to have with you in the boat, is minnows. You can bring some of these other baits. A lot of times I do, but if I need to catch fish, I'm bringing some minnows with me. So I think, you know, in the next couple days I'm going to do another video on the best plastics, or we'll just leave it at artificial lures. But you know, if I'm going out fishing, I have to catch fish, I'm gonna have some minnows in the boat. That's just day in and day out, it's the best producer. You know, there's plenty of guys that catch them on plastics. I do frequently, I like to. But if I was to tell somebody, you know, the best bait, I would say get yourself some minnows. So hope that helps you. If it did, hit the like button. I'll see you guys next time.